Yo folks, welcome to the channel. In today's video, we're covering upcoming gacha for the month of June. There's a bunch of exciting titles that I can't wait to talk about. Let's get right into it. First things being is Idoly Pride. Now this is going to be published by NeoWiz and not that one company that would set it up for failure. Now one thing to know, Idoly Pride is going to be having a bunch of waifus. You can customize your teams and essentially you're building the best idol group in the entire Idoly Pride universe. And what makes this different is because there's going to be management aspects, there's going to be more rhythm-based aspects, there's going to be a story mode, so you're going to be a lot more involved. And not to mention the engine and the game itself was built by Cygames, so it does have the umamusume mechanics to it, as in, you know, you're raising a waifu up to stardom and making them shine as brightly as possible. Now, you might be like, is NeoWiz okay? They're a lot better than Bulltrend. That was the name of the company that was originally going to publish this one. And I think it's definitely in much better hands. And even though the download count is a little bit low, I wouldn't worry about it too much as long as you're not investing too much money, because this is developed by Cygames and it's still running, as far as I know, in its home countries. Next up, we have the Reverse 1999. This is out as of May 31st. Just know it's going to be CN releases. This is going to be English voice acted, and that's why I wanted to cover it. Now, what makes this special is, of course, you can download it via Androids, via Bilibili, get a translator app, and go through the game. Not to mention, it has like a card strategy element to it, similar to Seven Deadly Sins. And I think it's just going to be a welcome title because it's post-apocalyptic, but with a more, I guess, steampunky feel, because you're in the postmodern era of England, so to speak. You're like Sherlock Holmes trying to discover the secrets, and you're a survivor. And yeah, it's really interesting how this game is sort of presenting itself, with English voice acting being one of its main traits. I hope this comes globally because it is now out for everyone to play, so long as you have, you know, the abilities to connect to it. But most of all, Reverse 1999, it needs a global release. That's what I'm waiting for, and that's why I'm really talking about it in today's video. Next up, we have Laid Back Camp. This is going to be releasing on June 15th, originally May 24th. But just note, this is going to be something like Animal Crossing, except anime style. And if you want something a little bit more cozy, or you've watched Laid Back Camp previously, I think this is definitely something that's going to be amazing. One thing I am hoping is that Crunchyroll does not be the one that publishes this, just because Laid Back Camp is all over Crunchyroll. So long as that doesn't happen, I feel like Laid Back Camp is going to have a successful launch and future, and hopefully it's going to be great. Because one thing to note, the only delays that I could imagine is they want to polish the English voice acting or just the translations and menus. That way it'll be a smooth sail as far as launching goes, because some launches have been a little bit iffy. And it's also a competitive month for June, I gotta say, with Idoly Pride already there. We also have Black Clover that's going to be releasing, I believe, mid to late June for global. Now, I have to warn you guys with Black Clover Global, because it's going to be by G Arena. G Arena is known for having heavy monetization practices, so it's not exactly going to be getting like fair pricing models. It could be a little bit scummy on pricing, and not to mention it could just be like poor translations and stuff like that, and poor support. But if you do want to play Black Clover, I'm going to recommend the KR version. That one's probably going to last forever. That's going to be the originating like company and like area where it's developed. Of course, there's also the JP region, but I believe the KR one doesn't have VPNs. Overall, just viewing the gameplay and everything about it, Black Clover, the Rise of the Wizard King, looks insanely top tier. They're even going to have a booth in AX, so I plan to check it out. And by the time it's like in AX, it's going to be like fully out and playable. But regardless of the fact, how long would this game last if it were published by G Arena in worst case scenarios? Usually these games are about 2 years. So if you're okay with like that time frame of the game lasting that long at minimum, I think it'll be fine. But if it's a huge commercial success regardless of monetization, which some IP-based gacha games can totally ignore because it's not geared towards like the more hardcore gacha players, and they could last 5+ years, in case you guys are wondering, from, you know, basic synopsis and like track history of IP-based gachas. Now we have Brown Dust 2. It reached its 1 million pre-registration goal. That's actually pretty huge, but one thing to note, I want it to be like more known to people on Twitter. It's not doing like the greatest of numbers, but Twitter is not a good gauge. I think the best gauge is going to be the fact that they've reworked so many models, have that dynamic camera movement. Hopefully they also have like a static like camera, because I know some people don't want like the switchies and swatchies as they're playing the game and seeing all the waifus and husbandos do their thing. But most of all, I really dig the graphics, the art, the design, the overall gameplay. I think Brown Dust 2 is going to be a hit, and it's going to be releasing at the end of June as well. So there's definitely a bunch of heavy hitters with Black Clover and Brown Dust 2. Now we have the Snowbreak Containment Zone. Now this is currently in closed beta test. You can actually play it right now if you manage to get in, and they're letting people in mass. So make sure to sign up in case you guys want to try it. And just note the graphics are insane. The trailer is exactly how it plays, and it's going to be officially launching in July 20th. Now some of you might be also wondering what makes this different from all the other shooter games out there. 1, the stunning graphics. 2, the waifus. Not to mention the day-to-day gameplay is not that difficult and easy to grasp. A lot of times when you have action RPGs, there might be too many things flowing about. With Snowbreak Containment Zone, you're going to be shooting it up, you're going to be collecting all the different things. This is going to be a lot faster paced because you don't have to like run around as much. You're going to be focusing more on the shooting elements, which I think a lot of things just work better when you're focusing on shoot mechanics on mobile devices, because landing that tactile feel on like swords and shields and lances and more melee based mechanics is quite difficult. So Snowbreak Containment Zone a little bit different on those regards. We have Danmachi Battle Chronicle, or Myth Battle Chronicle, delayed to August 24th. Now I know this was originally May 23rd. The only reason why I'm talking about this again is because Danmachi Memoria Freeze is being replaced by this game. Memoria Freeze being like that 5-year plus turn-based RPG that Danmachi was originally on. Now we're gonna get Battle Chronicle. It's gonna be an action RPG. I believe they're polishing it and also making it so that when they release in August, they're gonna be the big players, because Ace Footer Gazer was the big release of May in my opinion. So now they have no competition, hopefully, and they will get the limelight. Maybe there will be like some more like movie bits or news or manga drops, something crazy, and that's why they moved it to August, or they're just polishing the game to be the best product it can be. Now we have Harry Potter Magic Awakened. Said it's soft launched in June 2nd or today, but the thing is it's still slated for like global summer launch. So maybe it's select regions for the soft launch. All I gotta say with this one, I've been really looking forward to it. I know it's not the most gachifying or beautiful waifu husbando game, but what's here is the gameplay, the universe, and just overall concept that's a little bit different from a majority of gacha games, because they can be a little bit too simplistic. This one, it's going to be real time. There's going to be PvP. There's going to be ways you can interact with other students and just see the overall world. It's going to be on your phone devices, and I think this is a welcome addition to the Harry Potter franchise. And we have Demon Slayer Rage of the Demon King that is now available. Now, this is more of a warning and not a say to play it, because this has pump and dump UI, not to mention gameplay mechanics. I was just watching everything and I was like, oh my gosh, someone just ripped the Demon Slayer IP and put a bunch of characters on this. Granted, the graphics do look okay, it's idle and all that, but this is definitely on the road for a shutdown, or it'll last a couple months to a year or two at best. Or the reason why I say that is because there was no marketing towards this. Anything with the Demon Slayer IP is highly coveted. And yeah, I think it needs to meet a certain bar of quality, because just look at the anime and then compare the gacha game. Things don't match. We're still waiting for that Demon Slayer Battle Royale game. But I guess you can also play this for like a couple of days in case you have a very huge itch from watching the Demon Slayer anime and you just want a gacha. Here you go. Just don't have high hopes for it lasting too long. We also have the Nautical Apocalypse. This is an EN release. Just note with this one, it's another pump and dump UI like CN copy pasta gacha game. But at the same time, if you want something a little bit different, you can play this. To be all honest, you guys should all play Idoly Pride or Aether Gazer. But hey, I understand if you want something where you can be like the top and strongest person in like the gacha game for a day or a couple hours. It totally makes sense. This will probably have like multiple servers. Same thing with that Demon Slayer game. Now we have Tengen Toppa Gurren Lagann, the Southeast Asia Open CBT for Android. Now this is going to be a spin on the Gurren Lagann series. It's apparently supported by Studio Trigger. I'm not sure how accurate that is because it's in the Southeast Asia launch. Gurren Lagann though, it's an older IP, it's not as coveted as Demon Slayer, but one thing to note, one of my favorite animes, I hope it gets treated with love, and I'm really looking forward to seeing if this gets a global release, but usually Southeast Asia releases have all the English voice acting, but when I also saw the gameplay, it looked more idle, and not really, a turn-based RPG or anything interactive in that sense. Now we have some pre-registrations. First up, Tower of God New World. This is going to be another idle game, I believe, and the only reason why I guess they're doing this is because the previous Tower of God games were highly successful. Outside of that, I see no point in playing this because we have at least, the Heroes Contrary, which is a decent, turn-based RPG with Tower of God units. We also have that other Tower of God idle game, and I believe, there's one more, but now we have this. Who knows? If it's a success, good. I love Tower of God, no hate towards it. I just don't understand the multiple releases of this franchise in this way. Wrestle Quest is launching August 8th. It's going to be going out on all the different platforms, including your mobile devices, iOS, Androids. Just know it's not going to be a gacha game. It's going to be more of a traditional RPG. But in case you like, wrestling and these sort of art styles, I think it's something for you guys to check out. And it's going to be free if you have Netflix. So there you go. Dragon Quest Champions, this is going to be the latest entry that mixes Fortnite mechanics, except obviously the Dragon Quest skin in it. If you like the sound of that, I recommend checking it out. The only thing I gotta say with this one is I don't think these are very playable for long-term periods of time. It needs to be an insane commercial success, so who knows if the Dragon Quest IP can carry it to Fortnite levels. Altogether, I appreciate the spunk in trying to get this out. Now we have Project ME by Pythia Games. This is going to be by the people who brought My Time Portia, My Time at Sandrock. Not a gacha game, just going to be another open world where you can build and just explore. Does it sound interesting to you? To me it does, but I think it's going to be a little bit weird on the mobile devices. They're going to be having alpha signups right now up to June 20th in case you guys are interested. Overall, we'll see how it goes. Now I have Grand Cross Age of Titans. This is also known as Grand Cross W. It's going to be by Netmarble, August 2023. I guess this is more of a word of warning rather than, hey, look at this and play this, because Netmarble's name is slapped onto it. We all know how Netmarble is just terrible with monetization and just not the greatest when it comes to handling controversy. They do what they need to do to make the buck. And not to mention, I would also put G Arena in the same category as Netmarble and Nexon. Those and I guess Bull Trend, unfortunately, because their games always shut down. But yeah, just be wary of those names, regardless of the fact this is a thing. Ezetta Prophecy, this is going to be out for pre-registration as well. I guess if you like that more westernized look towards your gameplay, you can definitely check this one out. The only thing that stands out to me is just how beautiful the game is. I do like this art style personally. There's a sense of taste to it. I am hoping there's no crypto mechanics or anything with this game. I think I heard it in the background. If not, that's really great. I think this has potential just to be a unique hit of its own because its, art style is just really great, like I keep saying. Now we have Teamfight Tactics. It's going to be out for pre-registrations in Southeast Asia. Teamfight Tactics, it's an amazing game. It's by Riot Games. It's going to last forever. Whether it's successful in Southeast Asia or not, I think it is because it already has an esports league. And yeah, it's Riot. It's going to get its marketing. Next up, Raising 7 Knights. It's going to be globally launching September. Another Netmarble game. Be wary of it. I don't know if it's going to be great. Altogether though, it's Netmarble, so I'm going to just stay away personally. Last game on the list, What in the Hell is Bad, is going to be out for pre-registration. If you haven't heard me talk about this is going to be the NSFW Husbando game. I think it's really cool for those who love these sort of things. Personally, I'll try to check it out just like how I checked out New Carnival. I think those bandos look really awesome in this. Thinking about cosplaying one of them, I don't know which one. They all look really cool. But I know some of y'all are a bit wary of that. I appreciate all the things, and also it's true in all of the LGBTQ plus stuff, but don't fall into, the company rainbow flag stuff. That doesn't really matter. All that matters is you just support your homies and, you are respectful. But yeah, that is going to be the month of June. It's a really great month altogether. We're going to have Idoly Pride already out, Reverse 1999, Laid Back Camp, Black Clover, And not to mention, there's going to be the Brown Dust 2, and also, still break Containment Zone. Diablo 4 is now playable. Tears of the Kingdom Zelda. I've been playing the V Rising update. There's a lot of good stuff that's been happening in the gacha gaming space. Honkai Star Rail is still going strong. I'm still playing it. We'll do a 1 month review a little bit later on. But anyways, if you made it this far in today's video, consider subscribing, dropping a like, leaving a comment, follow me on Twitch, follow me on Twitter. In case you want to support the channel, Gamer Subs link in the description helps me out when you guys click and get like the latest waifu cups and all that stuff. And in case you guys want to see cosplays, my latest adventures, I just did an Ito cosplay all on Instagram for you guys to enjoy. Gacha gaming has been really great to us. I can't wait for all of the things, and hopefully I can provide more reviews. AX is also coming up. I'm going to be there. See you there in case you all are going. Thanks so much. Have yourself a fantastic day once again, and see y'all in the next one.